All right, we are officially live now.
Is the volume turned up?
That's a great question. I do not know that.
The answer was no, like it wasn't last week either.
Well, I don't usually listen to the volume on the computer. It's too loud.
Yeah, well, people have said before I can't hear, so depends on
Mm-hmm.
what kind of system they're using.
I don't know. No comment on that one because I don't know what be happening.
Well, I still think you're talking a little bit low, but whatever.
That's all right. But welcome everyone to our Married at First Sight chat.
Mm-hmm.
Because in my personal opinion, see, this was the thing because me and mom had a chat off camera last week
Mm-hmm.
because for mom last season she wasn't feeling Married at First Sight,
Mm-mm.
and I always used to tell her like, you have to be more positive, just give a little bit more energy. Now the roles have reversed.
Mm-hmm.
It's me, and she called me out on it. I'm like, you right,
Yeah.
because I am just not feeling this season. I'm trying so hard,
Hi,
but I'm
Cliff.
just not
Hi,
feeling it yet.
Kayla. Hi, Sharon.
Yes, hello.
You know what? I don't know what this season is giving
So
so far.
now I understand where you were coming from last season.
It was last season and the season before.
But it was really last season
Right.
because you was gonna talk negative about everybody.
I was trying not to, though.
I didn't want you to.
I know.
But now I see your point.
And that's why we're doing lives and not videos, because it's easier.
That too.
What did Cliff say?
I'm looking more and more like mom.
Oh,
Well, yeah.
I guess.
Right?
Well, thank you.
I'm gonna already put the chat
Okay.
in the thing.
Well, we'll be on for about an hour. We're going to talk about the show first and then go from there, because unlike last week, I don't have the same energy, but I'm here.
You have the energy.
Not really, but I'm here. So,
well, okay, let's go ahead and talk about. I want to talk about your girl first, Mirla and Gil.
mm-hmm.
I cannot stand someone who complains
all the time
about
every little thing,
about everything. Like, it's okay to have your standards and to be picky about stuff, but like, you just met this man and you're complaining about every little thing that's happening. Yeah, I would be annoyed, and I can already tell he's annoyed.
I mean, it's okay to have standards, like we've said before, but I mean, just to nitpick every little thing. But here's the thing, though. When Gil went out to meet the other couples, I thought that was interesting because, to me, he's the life of the party. And Jose really brought light to me, too. Because I'm like, oh, he's more a social butterfly, right? So I got that. But if I was Gil, I wouldn't have went back to the room and told Mirla what was happening. Because if she wanted to know, she wanted to know, right? To me, it's like you already try to overcompensate her and what she's feeling and all those other stuff. But, it's very difficult, even when you plan the trip. But I will say this, when you plan the trip, though, you really should kind of find out what people like to do. Because maybe, what's her name?
She don't like to do anything except if it's something high class. Because she's already in the ghetto. That's what she's making it seem like. She's in the hood or something. I'm like, it looks nice enough. It might not be the best. It's not like they came to Vegas or something. They're on, not a beach. What is it?
A resort.
Resort-ish, whatever, by the water, where she can be by the sun. Maybe she can get a little tan. She likes taking pictures. She can take a few pictures, but it just seems like she don't want to do nothing.
Yeah. But you know what, though? When they had their dinner, I thought the dinner was nice. Hey, Devontae. I thought the dinner was nice. The food looked good. The steak and potatoes, whatever they didn't look good. But after the trip, or after the dinner, and he brought her back to the room, and he's like, I have a surprise for you. Those French macaroons. Now, I will say, if that makes me bougie, I'm bougie. But I like me some French macaroon cookies. And they're not cheap cookies either. So I guess he was saying, you're bougie, whatever. But did y'all notice how many cookies she was eating? Which means she was hungry. She had about 5 of them cookies.
I'm surprised she weren't mad because champagne wasn't my way.
Okay. Cristal.
Something. I'm surprised by that, but
I guess.
Mirla is very rude. She don't have a filter. I mean, Gil don't have a filter either. Like I said, it's okay to have a standard, but she just be
She's
everywhere and nowhere.
Team too much. She's just extra.
Yes.
Extra.
All right. How did you feel about Bao and Johnny?
Bao and Johnny, you know what? I thought it was a nice gesture that, that Johnny, I'm be jumping around, you guys, that Johnny took the time out to, go buy matching clothes, even though they weren't really matching and all that other stuff. But I mean, did she look like she was a 2X? I mean,
to him, she got a booty.
Well, that's true too. But her hang up on snoring, if she has a thing with snoring and even, got to the point when she was volunteering at different, for the camp or stuff like that, maybe she needs to go to the doctor. Maybe she has sleep apnea. Maybe she needs a CPAP machine. So there's really nothing for you to be really ashamed of. I mean, we're sleeping. How do we know if we're snoring?
She is a mood killer.
So,
Wow.
Yeah. So I don't know about those two. Hold on, Kayla. We'll get to you.
What about, I really don't be having too much opinion on these people because I'm just like, what about Brett and Ryan?
No. See, every time that they were together,
he looked so uninterested and disheveled every single time.
I mean, was it me or was he rolling his eyes when she was talking? Yeah, okay.
He wasn't rolling his eyes. He was just looking up.
Well, whatever. That to me, that's still considered rolling your eyes.
I know, because you be trying to clock me with
it. It's rolling your eyes.
Looking up.
It's disinterested. It's like, yeah, okay, I guess I got to say what I got to say for the camera, but whatever. But I'm not feeling them. Like I said, I think she's too much personality for him anyways. I've said that. And I just don't think they click. And now, like I said, last week I said he looked depressed, but I also think he kind of looked like a stray cat a little bit. He just be looking off. I was like, he only thing misses meow. I was like, Then he was like, I was like, they look like a cat. They look like they want to be outside by the mailbox. But anyway, that's exactly, his face is so down, like a little male cat. Like, Brett, what's his name? Ryan need to get it together. And then we're gonna get to you guys, Kayla and Devontae. And then who's next? Jose. Like I said, I was surprised he was the life of the party. And you know what? He want to be fed and he want to feed you all the time. I think Jose has a fetish. I originally thought it was Bao.
I think so too.
It's Jose.
It's weird because even when they were in bed, I forgot what they were talking about. He just kept going like
twirling her. Well, don't twirl mine. Mine come on. But anyway, you know what I'm saying? But the point is, they were talking about bring you behind the back. We live. They talk about the finances. And I was like, wow, is that like, you gonna do what I say? Like, you gonna do what I say. No, I'm gonna take you to
go listen.
Sure. And then Michaela, first of all, where was your mask, girl? I'm doing country. Where was your mask?
She don't care.
She trying to get boom boom that bad?
Yeah.
For COVID? I was like, girl, no. She Who matched them? Miss Cleo? Who matched them?
She wanted.
No, ma'am. Mm-hmm. We're gonna get to this comments and bring y'all on live because no. This we couldn't even no. All right, we get the comments and we'll bring y'all on. Bring them on. Let me. Hold on now. Bring them on the stream. Hello, Kayla. Hello, Devontae.
How y'all doing?
Good. How about you?
I was just sitting here laughing at you. He's like, don't pull mine and come off.
This shit is not. I got an 80 style, 90 style today. Shoot.
All right, look good.
Next week I'm gonna be the 99 2000. That's all I gotta say. Y'all, you know what? And I'm sleepy. This is what happens when I'm sleepy. Just roll with me. I'm sleepy.
You had Cassandra. She couldn't keep her balance together.
I mean that. Bring it behind back. We live. I'm sleepy. Anyways, how y'all doing? Whoever wants to go first is fine.
You go ahead, Kayla.
Well, who do I want to? First of all, okay, I'm gonna start with Mirla.
Okay.
She is annoying the heck out of me. And I'm just waiting for Gil to snap on her because he's so laid back. And but I mean, he don't pull no punches though, because he ain't no punk.
Right.
So he tell her straight up, yeah, you this, you that, this and that. Oh, I don't like this. He said, well, do you like anything? Like, he doesn't pull any punches, but she just comes across as so shallow and so ungrateful. I can't stand her. Right. And Gil is like, he's so laid back. Although I oh, wait a minute, I'm getting an echo.
No, that weren't you. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. Although I do believe that he shouldn't have said what he said in the pool. Like, he should have said some of that to him. He should have kept that to himself, because if it ever got back to Mirla, it's going to be a problem.
Wait, it is you now.
Sorry, Paw Prince. We gotta meet you really quick.
Yeah, we gotta meet you, Paw Prince. Sorry. Go ahead, Kayla. Sorry.
Yeah, that was it as far as that couple. Somebody else could go. I gotta get myself together.
Kayla, we're gonna mute you and bring on Devontae for a second. Go ahead, Devontae.
Who did y'all already talk about? Y'all was talking about Bow.
Everybody. We just rolled around. We just
Bow. Just go get a sleep apnea machine. I don't know what's the. It don't make no sense. I didn't sleep for the whole camp. Like, it's all right. You can't hide your snore from your husband.
Right.
So I'm just like,
keep going.
I was hearing myself twice. I didn't know if it was me.
No, keep going.
Okay, yeah. So, I mean, Mirla, I low key think she break it down a little bit. She's starting to like him a little bit, but well, never mind. Okay. Now I didn't like her on the plane. She was killing me. She was like, "Oh, I got motion sickness." I'm like, "Didn't y'all fly over here?"
Yeah, but that's a different kind of plane, though. That's not that. Even I was like,
You wouldn't get on there?
No, because if you've ever been on a charter plane, you're sitting by an engine. Wait a minute. Wait, hold on. We're echoing. We got to figure out why. Hold on. Paw Prince, we're going to remove you for a second. We think it might be your connection. So drop off and come back, please. Thank you. Go ahead, Devontae.
No, I was listening to you explain the plane.
Yeah, those little charter planes I've been on. The engine is right there. No, and then that one like lands it. No, I was with her on that one.
I mean, he tried. She always.
Yeah, he did try. I'm not saying he didn't try, but I get that. I get the reason.
I mean, do you think they could be editing her to be like?
No. Listen,
you think she could play? She killing me with that. I'm very whiny. Be like, but you also 30-something. Like, when are you gonna like stop? She's like, that is annoying at the end of the day. Like, you think because you just like, oh, it's my personality. Nobody don't want to hear nobody. You a Debbie? You like my Debbie Downer? Yes, you are. You know you a Debbie Downer. That's why you brought it up. You know everything. We can't do nothing. The only thing you was impressed by was the macaroons.
He called
it macaroons.
He called her straight bougie, because that's what she is.
She bougetto. I don't think she is bougie. I think she a little bougetto.
Oh no.
You think so?
Yeah. I feel like certain stuff she crazy with, but it's gonna be certain stuff that's gonna surprise people. She gonna be like,
I'm just waiting for him to go in on her. I'm just waiting. Yeah.
It's gonna be about not getting no kisses. But Gil, I gotta come to her defense. You don't. First of all, this your new wife, and you don't go to the pool and like tell everybody her business. Like everybody don't know her.
That was wrong.
Yeah, you shouldn't have put all her business. Like, I know you could have said, like, first of all, the ladies already know how she is.
Hi, Chloe. Right.
The ladies already know. So he was wrong for that. But I don't really think it's to be a big deal that people keep saying, like, when she see it, I'm like, what? I'm like, she was complaining the whole time too.
Yep. So, all right, Devontae, Kayla, mute your mic. We're going to unmute Paw Prince because her connection is bad, so we don't get any reverb. And then we'll let you know when you could bring it back on, please. Thank you.
Or unless she has two devices, because sometimes that happens.
Hi, Paw Prince. Paw Prince. Okay. We'll try you again. All right. Go ahead, Kayla or Devontae.
Yeah, I think it's something going on. Maybe it could be StreamYard. Who knows?
That's true. Devontae, Kayla, either one. Talk about whoever you want to talk about. What do you think about Bal's snoring? Is she throwing it too much to the wind?
No, I could definitely relate because I do snore and I've always had that problem. Mm-hmm. So I can definitely relate to that. But if it's if it's something that she worries about, I appreciate that she just told him straight up, and she just said, it's something that she has to deal with, and it's a flaw for her. So I totally, I felt for her. I totally did. But I'm at an age now. Listen, you got to go to sleep. You got to go to sleep. I ain't got time to worry about it for real.
For real.
But when you're at age 35 and you're marrying a stranger, I totally get it. So I could appreciate, her feeling emotional about it.
Okay. Devontae?
I mean, yeah, but she, they was killing me talking about, I haven't worked out in a little while. I'm like, y'all little toothpicks, if y'all don't get out the put the bathing suits on. Talking about, I was like, both of them take their shirt off and it ain't nothing but flat. Like, what are y'all talking about? Like, what is the problem?
We don't know what people see in the mirror. Everyone sees something different in the mirror, right?
Well, she said her favorite.
Well, he definitely seeing something different in the mirror. He was lying, talking about all that butt. Oh,
I know. I
was like, are we gonna have to get a 360 camera? Because what is we looking at here?
Well, that's not your version of a butt. Clearly.
No.
All right. We're gonna try you again, Paw Prince.
Hello?
You're on. Yes.
Oh, hi everyone.
Hello.
We can hear you now. Yay.
Yeah, I couldn't hear anything. I saw y'all, but I couldn't hear anything.
Oh, okay. Well, what would you like to talk about?
How you guys doing today?
Good. All right.
First, I like to ask, how's everybody doing? Mom, you are looking very beautiful.
Thank you. It's a struggle today, but thank you.
She put on 6 different outfits.
Very welcome.
Well, that's because for everybody on the chat, since this all started, I've lost 50 pounds, so I don't have anything that fits me well. So I have to try on different things.
Oh.
So I'm maintaining this. Well, I mean, if I knew it, I have to maintain though. I've been maintaining for the last month, steady weight, which is good. So now maybe I can get some proper shirts and clothes and blah 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 without going into detail, ma'am. But that's a good thing though, because you're supposed to, if you're heavy, you're supposed to lose a little bit of weight. That's what I've done, so that's a good thing, and I'm still on the right progress.
Well, you can go shopping with Myrna. I said I was going to call her Myrna.
I'm about to put you back on mute.
I almost called her.
No, ma'am.
No, Mom.
Can't do nothing together. No.
Oh my goodness. She worked my nerves so bad last night. She really worked my nerves.
You know what? I think she's gonna work our nerves this whole entire season because she's so ungrateful. She's so, I mean, even next week she's talking about walking the dog. I'm like, what?
Yeah, I mean, I've just never heard her say anything positive ever. Right.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, she always has. I mean, I couldn't even go out with her for lunch or anything because she's constantly complaining.
Right.
Constantly.
Right.
You know, I mean, she doesn't get up. She doesn't say good morning. What a beautiful day. And, you know, she just always has something to say negative. And that would work my nerves. I mean, I can only take about 2 minutes of that.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Well, what do you think about
But,
what's her name? Bow. That's who we're talking about now.
Bow, oh God, Bow. I had a little hope for her last week because I thought she took those pillows out from between them, but no, those pillows were still there.
Yeah.
Um, but I don't know. So Bow, well, I will say at least she does smile from time to time, but sometimes she has such a sour face whenever he says something to her.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but I don't know. I still have hope for those two. I do.
I do too, but I think she has a little bit of a self-esteem issue, not just with the snoring, but just there's something else going on there too. And then jumping to next week's
Mm-hmm.
episode with him being so meticulous of showering, which we all should shower on a regular basis. But you know, when he said you don't even wash off, I was like,
Oh boy.
here we
And
Johnny
go.
she doesn't
showing
even
up.
look like that. She doesn't look like that type because in the beginning when you saw her apartment looked so nice and neat and everything, but cleanliness is everything, you know what I mean? So
But I think he takes
that's
it to
kind
a
of a
whole nother
personal
level.
thing.
I think he takes it to
Yeah,
another
I think
level,
he
though.
does too.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
He does take it to another level, but for a man to tell a woman something about taking a shower, that's like, oh man, that's like totally disrespectful.
Yeah, I
Mm-hmm.
think so too. I really do.
Maybe
Totally
she'll step up
disrespectful.
class.
Hmm.
Man,
Like other celebrities
he
do.
he was real about the craft. What if how you think he would have reacted if he was like, "It's okay if you say you don't like me"? No, it ain't. You would have been hurt.
Yeah, he would have been hurt.
You would have been
Yeah.
hurt. You'd have
I
been
was
in that beach
cracking
like,
up.
But
why?
He has some
to
severe
Johnny's
insecurities.
defense, yes, he does. But to his defense, in the beginning, he always said he always waited for the young lady to make those first moves and for him to step outside of his comfort zone to tell her first. That was a
Uh-huh.
big step for him, I believe. And I definitely recognize that for sure.
That's true. I agree with that.
You
I
know.
also think that they're too old to be doing the things that they're doing. You know what
Hmm.
I'm saying? Like they're
I
Yeah.
think
35
that
and they're still acting like they're like 21. Like
Right,
you ought
right.
to do what
Like
it
you
is.
could just slide in, you like her in a little conversation. Be like, you funny. I really like you. Like,
Right.
I,
Yeah.
I don't even
Yeah.
understand that generation anymore because the way they were talking, I feel like all of them, other than Michaela and Zach, they're all like
that's a good
35,
point,
and the
Cliff. That's
things
a
that
good
they're
point.
doing is retarded.
Mm. There's no communication. Like no,
Did you?
but you know what? Speaking of communication, I want to jump on, like I said, Brett and Ryan. Didn't he have the stray cat look? I think he did.
He just looked like the
He's
clear
weird.
eye. He looked like the clear eyes, man. Clear
No,
eyes.
no,
He
he talks
just
like the clear eyes, but he has the stray cat look. Like
He's
you know,
very weird. He's like that guy
Yeah.
standing in the parking lot with the shifty eyes that you see him. You're like, what are you standing there for? And you
you
go
know
to the
what?
other side.
Hold on. This is gonna be off topic, but I'm gonna tell you a true story about somebody with shifty eyes. Now you know we live in Vegas. Hold on, Cliff. We're gonna bring you on. You know we live in Vegas. One of my best friends a while ago, it was a cage cashier, the one that counted the money, right? And she said that she saw this guy with the paper. I got my fan with the paper, with just one eye, looking through the paper, right? And then he finally came over to her line and was like 315. She said, "Sir, what's that mean?" He was like, "Meet me in my room 315."
Oh my
With the paper up with just one eye hole. That's what he reminds me of. Like creep squad. Creep squad.
Hmm.
But that's just me. Now we're gonna bring up Cliff while y'all chuckle at that true story.
Well, that could be why he's a serial dater, because whenever he does meet someone and
I
maybe
need
go
to
out
know
on
this
a
true
date
story work.
at one time, maybe the young lady is the one that breaks it off. But I do believe that Brett did get him talking a little bit more. He talked more last night.
A little bit.
Did you
Hey,
hear
Cliff.
Cliff?
Hello, everyone. I was just
Hey.
wanting to know, did the first off, did the story, did it work? Did the
No.
315
No,
work?
it did not.
Why did I think that in my head too? I was just like, I wonder did it work.
No,
They
it
get
did
that
not.
right.
No.
I was just when it comes to Bow, right? I think she's holding against Johnny when he ghosted her.
Yes.
How do y'all
She
feel
bring
about
it
that?
up. She bring it up every
I feel-
5
I-
minutes.
Yeah.
I noticed
Yes,
that.
and she told the other young ladies, and she didn't have to do that. First of all, who keeps a message that long? Why would you keep a receipt that
The
long
same
unless you
person that
intended
makes
on running
spreadsheets for
into him
bread.
again?
I thought that too. Like, did
She
he
make-
just recently
I
send
mean,
her
who does that?
Bow, she makes spreadsheets for bread
I mean,
recipes.
I don't
Come on
get that.
now.
To be fair, I know a few
Even
females
told
who
him
do.
that. I mean, she was so happy to pull out that phone and show him. She didn't even have to scroll down. It was right there. I mean, who does that? I wouldn't even told him that.
No. Me
I
neither.
wouldn't even
But
told him
but
that.
could
So,
that be her like
I
her
mean,
little
seriously,
flirt? Her little flirt? You think that could be like her flirting though? Like that's a little inside joke, like, if you wouldn't have ghosted me. Because I kind of ghosted my wife
yeah,
and
she
she
keeps
bring it
bringing
up
That
that
ain't no
up.
now and
pleasure.
then.
She
Go ahead, Devontae.
does. She definitely does.
I said it's like her. I feel like her bringing up the ghosting is like a little flirting thing with it. Just like it's something between them two. Like she can always be like, we tell their kids be like, yep, you almost what this almost wasn't your daddy. If he would have ghosted me long enough, like I don't know.
But you said you ghosted your wife?
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
Yeah, in the beginning.
Well, I mean, because even if he
I
wouldn't
had
have ghosted
valid
her,
reasons. I had valid reasons because when you first break up with somebody, then you start talking to somebody, that other person gonna come back. So I feel like I know this other person. I don't know her like that, so I'm like, I ain't gotta talk to her.
Okay.
but who's to say they would have
Did she
stayed
hold it against
together?
you?
Huh?
Did she hold it against you?
No.
You ghosted her? Okay.
No. It wasn't really a ghost. Well, I mean, yeah, it was like a ghost. It was like 2 weeks. I mean, is that a ghost?
No.
Yeah.
That's more
But
like
just
casting.
because he ghosted her, if he wouldn't have, who's to say they still would have been together? I mean, you
True.
can never say that. So she really just needs to just let it go at this point. They are
But I'm
officially
guessing she
married.
felt disrespected
Yeah.
Why?
So I don't know.
because she liked him,
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
I guess she could have felt like we was cool enough, because it is disrespectful to ghost someone. In all honesty, if you
Absolutely.
could sit on a phone or hang out, whatever you do, and you could be in their face, talk to them, you can at least say, "Hey, this is not for me. I'm gonna move on."
Right.
Is instead of just being a ticket. To me, ghosting someone is taking the coward's way.
Yes. Absolutely. I agree.
I agree. Yeah.
I mean, but what if
So
y'all
I think,
relationship is just not that deep? Like, I mean, it ain't even that deep. Like, y'all
well,
literally
to
went
say
out.
that,
It doesn't to me, right? It doesn't matter, because I just use an example. If I went and let's say I hollered at some girl, right? I got her number. Maybe I spoke to her for a couple of days. But
Right.
regardless, if she's calling me, instead of me just looking at my phone, but like, nah, forget shorty. I'm gonna just say, yo, this is not working for me.
Mhm.
Instead of her calling, her wondering, because you don't know
Right.
what the person wondering.
I get what you're saying. Okay, you're right.
Closure is everything.
Right.
Facts.
Just be brave enough, whether it's the female or the male, just be brave enough to say it's not working for me, because after that, then you don't owe them anything, and you know what I mean. At least you'll be able to sleep at night, But anyway, moving on.
I
Yeah.
see.
I don't think she's over that.
I see
I
his
think that's part
question.
of her insecurity. She's very pretty, and why she's so insecure, I have no idea.
And she was actually crying about the whole snoring thing. She was crying. I saw tears coming out her eyes. I was like, wow, okay. So she feels as though when he made fun of the snoring and she's super sensitive about the snoring, I don't know. But now he knows how sensitive she is about the snoring.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Do you think
that would annoy me?
Do you think that could be
Too
why she
sensitive.
keep on talking about that other room, like that other bed,
Yeah.
so she can get some sleep? She tired.
Yeah, she tired. She tired of staying up.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, but
well,
if
she
you're
ain't,
married to somebody,
but she's not staying
they're
up
gonna hear
because
you
she's
snore.
snoring. She's not staying up though. She's snoring, so she fully is sleeping. It's just the fact that he just brought it up that she is snoring. So now she's gonna be even more insecure. The fact that he brought it up and made fun of it.
I think he was just
So-
like a jokey joke thing. I don't think he,
Yeah.
he
Well, he's
didn't-
always joking.
yeah, he's
Yeah,
joking,
he's always
but
joking. So
yeah.
Yeah, but nobody want to have to live on eggshells, and that's what it seemed like with her.
yeah.
And I don't think that's right, because I don't think he did anything malicious, and even for her to be crying, it's like, what you crying for?
it's not that
Not that
serious. It's really not. I mean, maybe next week he'll turn around and say something about, well, maybe we can check out going to a sleep apnea clinic or something, so he can let her know that he understands that this is a sensitive topic, and he's really not making fun of her now that he knows it's affecting her. But maybe he will suggest, he seems intelligent enough to maybe suggest something like that. I hope he does.
We'll see. So the question is from Ramel.
Do you agree with Mirla at the table? I think that's the only thing I agree with a little bit, because for me, it do take time, but why do you the show Knowing Your Strangers? I think Mirla doesn't like Gil like that. Because if she did, she would be doing what she says that she usually does. It doesn't matter if it's the first day, second day, or third day, or 6 week. She would do it, knowing what the show is, but she don't like him like that.
Right.
She on her own show.
Yeah, you're right, Cassandra.
Yeah, she really doesn't. I was very surprised that she actually went up in the plane. I knew she was gonna complain the whole time, but I was actually surprised that she actually did it.
So was
So is she like what was the last girl? So is she like Haley in him? Like how Haley was her name Haley last year when she didn't like
Haley.
I don't think it's that bad, because I think Gil got a whole
You talking
lot
about Jacob?
more. Gil looks better than the other dude.
Well,
I'm just saying.
Mirla
Well, he bald head with no
complains about
beard.
Maybe not to the wife.
Yeah, but I think Mirla is worse than Haley. I mean, I feel like throwing up.
Let's not go that far.
Everybody knows how much I feel about Haley.
I feel like she's slowly like coming around. I feel like honestly she is kind of whiny, and it's like you just gotta let her whine, and then she just gonna be like, I sound stupid, don't I? Yeah, you sound stupid.
Well, he told her. He said, "Girl, turn off them lights." When she started talking about her lashes, he was like, "Okay, you sound silly. Turn out the light."
Exactly.
When she started talking about SpongeBob eyelashes, really?
Yeah, but she actually surprised me, because he does make fun of her a lot, and I'm surprised that she doesn't get even more angry than she does. So that's surprising. Somebody that's so materialistic.
The one thing I did have a problem with him, out the two, I like him the best. I didn't like how he was telling the group how she was like a child.
I said the same.
I understand it's the truth, but he shouldn't tell them.
He should have kept that to himself.
He went too far with it.
Oh no,
he was wrong.
He went too far.
Right, like you already said,
And
like
he was
she was
being
picky.
nosy.
Right? Yeah,
I
you
felt
talking
like he
about
was
who?
being
Who?
nosy.
Right. But do you feel like the producers are putting him up
Because
to ask them questions though? Like who
No,
has
I
the?
just
no,
think
because
he
to me
knows
he looks like, I think
he's a
he's just
fireman.
nosy.
They
He looks
sit
like that
around
type
all
of
day
person.
talking.
Yes. I
I don't
mean,
think
he looks
producers
like that
ask.
type of person. No, I honestly think that was all Gil. He wanted to know who was getting what because he's not getting any.
Right.
That's
But you
what.
know what? I want to switch subjects to one of Paw Prince's favorite couples.
Hold on.
Who's
Before you
that?
switch, I had a question. I had
Okay,
one question before you switch.
sure.
I heard when I was in the chat, I heard you guys say that it was disrespectful for Johnny to question her about showering.
No,
Did I
that's
hear that
next.
correctly?
No,
Mhm.
I said
No.
next week. He's gonna question her about showering. I didn't say it was disrespect. Oh yeah, Paw Prince did say,
I said it was disrespectful.
yeah.
I said
Why
it.
did you feel that way?
I felt like if any man asks a woman, did you shower? And any woman asks a man, did you shower? I think it's disrespectful on both parts.
What if they got a
Now,
reason?
well, if they got a
If
reason, then
you
they got
musty or whatever may be,
well,
shouldn't it
if
come
they
from your
have a
mate?
absolutely, it should come from your mate. Absolutely. But if you're gonna ask me something like that, I mean, first of all, you're not gonna ask me anything like that because I'm gonna take care of my personal, hygiene, period. But if you're gonna ask me something like that, yes, it is disrespectful. I think so. But yes, it should come from your mate. It shouldn't come from your girlfriend and nobody like that. It should come from somebody that's closer to you.
I think it's all about in the presentation and how you say it. It's not necessarily what you say, it's how it's said. And
That's
the
true.
way the way that
Exactly.
he said, aren't you gonna at least wash off? Why you gotta say it like that?
But you know what, too? I also think that that's true. I also think that they forget that they're on camera
I think so too.
with the things that
Mhm.
they say.
Because they don't check their facial expressions.
Right.
And me working with kids, my facial expressions are always checked until I turn around.
You know. Right. So
Right.
to say certain things on camera, I'm sorry, Devontae. When to say certain things like that and you're on camera, I think that they, until maybe they see it back on filter or something when they're asked about it, I think that's when they're like, oh, maybe I shouldn't have said that. So go ahead, Devontae.
Nah, I was gonna say because she's social media, because so everybody be like, is she stank though? Like, people gonna be like,
That's
people
exactly what you
ignorant. They be like, all right, he was saying she was stinking. I wonder what she was smelling like. Like he had to bring it up.
right. So,
Right. I mean,
but
being in a relationship for quite a while, then yes, you might feel comfortable to ask something like that. Of course, like Kayla said, in a different way. Like, oh, babe, did you brush your teeth? You was in that bathroom for quite a while. Look how long you got to go with a person to feel comfortable to say that.
But
right.
Y'all are
didn't they both say
strangers,
like
and for
they
him to just,
go ahead? I was just
and
saying,
for
didn't they
her
both
to
say
then
like
turn around.
mm-hmm.
I mean, the whole conversation made me feel uncomfortable. For her to then turn around and say, that's not on the top of my list, are you crazy? You know what I
Right.
mean? So they both look stupid saying that. I mean, just the whole subject alone. But I feel as though it was disrespectful because you really got to feel comfortable with a person in order to even bring that up.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Mhm.
That's just how I feel.
But I thought they both said they wanted somebody who was like a straight shooter.
Well, you got it.
True.
That's what she got with Johnny. You said you wanted somebody
Yeah.
straight shooter. He's just like, did you take a shower today?
Yep. You got it.
But it probably didn't have nothing to do with her stinking. He like particular, so he probably like, all right, I done took 3 showers today.
Yeah.
She ain't took one.
She didn't take one. Or exactly.
Yeah.
She done bird bathed.
Exactly.
All right.
I mean,
Right.
didn't something like that happen last season where somebody just climbed into bed after the wedding or something like that? Somebody mentioned something about, oh, she just climbed right into bed. I can't remember which couple
Oh,
it was.
It was what was her name? The finger skater.
The who?
The
What?
The who?
skinny girl that was a finger skater.
Oh,
She was the
that
one who
was
didn't
the
take no bath. She went straight to
Mindy and
bed.
Zach. Mindy and
Yeah,
Zach.
Oh,
Mindy.
Amelia.
No, Mindy.
Amelia.
that
You
was
talking
2
about?
seasons ago.
Mindy?
That was 2
No, it
seasons.
was 2 seasons ago. Mindy got right in the
Oh.
bed, and then he
Yeah.
was like, "Dang, you ain't gonna take no
Oh,
bath."
yes.
But guess what though? Zach didn't like her anyway, so any excuse for Zach not to be there.
Yeah.
That was icing on
Yes.
the cake. But now and Amelia and
Yes.
Bennett, they were 2 peas in a pod.
Thank you.
Just get 'em
Oh
out.
yeah, both of them.
Well, apparently not.
Well, yeah.
Apparently not.
But I want to switch it to
that kind of hurt me though.
Jose and Rachel. I was very surprised that Jose became the life of the party, like more social. Didn't it seem like he was more social when he was outside and like that? But when he's with Rachel one-on-one, that's when it gets like
But she know he a little off. That's I like that she establishing like, all right, look, I don't need you to feed me, bro. I don't need you to do nothing. Look,
Yes.
stay over there.
I'm so glad she did
6
that.
feet.
Yeah.
You trying to do? You
I'm
done
not
tried
a
to brush my
kid.
teeth. You now you keep every day you keep asking me to feed me. Like, what you doing? Like, okay, when you feed a girl, you only supposed to do 1 bite. Now you let her eat. After that, you just don't. You being weird, bro. We not in the bed. This not chocolate strawberries. What are you doing?
right.
Yeah.
I do
Yeah.
like the fact that
Oh, my
she's
goodness.
speaking up. And with her speaking
Yes,
up,
and she's
you
doing
know,
it
at the
early.
end of the day, she, I just got to bring this up, and I can appreciate that, but I just hope he doesn't push his own views on her, because that's what it seems like he's doing.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, he's trying, but I think with her background and always sitting there changing herself to whatever particular guy that she was going with at the time, I think she's going into this with a little more open eyes.
I don't know. I feel like they doing a little bit too much too soon. They super kissing. Like, huh? I mean, dang, y'all still strangers. Like, calm down. You like everything is perfect. Like, all right. Now, if you ever watch this show, everybody that start off all in love.
I do feel like it comes off as very fake. Like, is he just doing all that touchy, like y'all said when he was playing with her hair? She's trying to have a conversation with him, and he's playing in her hair. That is annoying when you're trying to have a serious conversation.
Especially
I wonder what this looks like on my head.
His definition is, well, I always like to take care of my wife. That has nothing to do with taking care of your wife. You could be attentive, but not overbearing. And he's just overbearing. It's like, give me some space, bro. Like, go get your mustache done correctly and give me some space. I had to put it in there.
I was looking at his mustache this whole episode.
I thought it was just me.
I was because of you.
And what do you think?
It's too much.
I was like, I hope Mom is seeing his mustache. Where's Cliff? Because I wanted to ask Cliff, does that look correct for him?
Cliff.
But Cliff.
Oh, my fault. Yeah, I just realized my fault. My fault. I just realized Jazz Benz went live. But I don't pay attention to that other couple.
What? I mean, but does his mustache look weird? Is it just me and
I heard you say that.
What?
I heard you say that before.
Something's
a little
not
bit.
right with that whole beard situation. I don't know what it is, but something's not right.
With that couple, I ain't even gonna lie to y'all. I barely pay attention to them. When they on screen, I'll be looking at my phone, looking at something. I'm not really that into right.
Really?
I'm gonna try to pay attention
I do
more.
that with Brett and Ryan. They boring.
Yeah, I don't know about them.
Who do we think is going to be the standout couple? Like the couple that all the couples like talk to. You know what I'm saying? Like the Ronnie and kind of thing.
Jose.
I was disappointed that it wasn't more about the black couple on this episode.
Yeah.
Nah.
And it don't seem like they're going to be on the next episode either. At least from the trailer.
I feel like why did they waste our time? We already knew he had COVID. Like, why y'all had to put that? Y'all could have just slid that in the last episode.
True.
It was kind of common
That was
sense.
a
His friend got it. He don't feel good. But I
didn't
get why
they
she
have
was
to
tripping
take
though.
tests before they got married? I mean, did y'all think that was a little strange? I don't know.
No, he
I mean,
said
I
that
know
one
that you
of
can
his
get it just like
he
that.
said one of his groomsmen had COVID and couldn't be in the wedding. So I assumed that
Okay.
maybe it was
Me
within
too.
that time period that he got COVID. Because it's like
But
7
okay,
days after you get
let me
in
ask y'all this.
contact with somebody.
Let me ask y'all this. Do y'all think that the producers made her leave, or do you think that she herself wanted to leave on her own?
The
They
producer.
they probably made her leave because what's the
You
point? That
think
because
so?
if you catch COVID after him, that's a couple more days of
Yeah.
filming. You not gonna get. You
But
might
she
as well
didn't have
just
to.
go
But she
home.
didn't have to stay. But she didn't have to stay in the same room with him, or even in the same hotel room, being
I
that they
mean,
just got
but
married, and she
but
could
by the
have
time the
continued to
quarantine
talk
over,
to
they
him on
going back
FaceTime.
home.
I
I
mean,
don't know.
she shouldn't have been in there around him, period, and she should be more understanding. People dying over that
Yes,
thing.
Yeah,
I
I thought that
know.
So,
too.
like,
I
her
was
complaining about this, I
I was
understand nobody wants their wedding like this, but my thoughts would be, if I'm her, there's a chance my husband might die.
Yeah.
Exactly. She didn't even think about that. That was the one of the most selfish things that she could have said on TV. I was like, come on, girl, don't do that. You
I
just
thought
said
that
your
too.
vows in sickness and in health. What's
The
wrong
one
with you? That's
now
what you're over there soaking like a 3-year-old, talking about this is not what I asked for, to be single on my honeymoon. Are you kidding? This
Right.
man is ill.
he don't had a
I
flu.
was
He
so
got COVID.
disappointed.
And
I was
I just
so disappointed.
yeah,
That just
that was
goes to
I
wrong.
show
really was. Oh.
what's going to happen with
Mm-hmm.
them as the season progresses. Because if she's like that now, once they really get into their story, I mean, we haven't even seen the yelling and screaming and carry on yet that we've seen in the trailers. So don't tell them what's going to go on. So
Exactly. I mean, she couldn't go get no soup and put it by the door. Or she just all everything was her, and I was very disappointed. I really was. I was like, I can't believe this.
I did feel that they
Yeah,
could
she was doing
have
too much.
expounded
Mm-hmm.
on their part in the sense that, like you said, Paul Prince, they could have had her kind of taking
Mm-hmm.
care of him, saying, okay, I'm in the other
Mm-hmm.
room and I'm preparing to leave, but I want to make sure he's okay. So let me make sure,
Right.
give him this, give him that, instead of focusing on her being selfish.
On her.
Yeah,
Right.
she could have
Because at
came to
one
the.
point they showed him by the pool. Did anybody
Mm-hmm.
catch that?
He wasn't,
So it was
he
like,
was,
so she don't have a phone?
No, I thought that was his balcony.
yeah, he was on at the
Oh,
balcony.
that was his balcony.
Yeah, that was his
Yeah.
Okay,
balcony.
well, I
Yeah.
was like, she don't have a phone. She can't FaceTime him now just because she can't have it. Just lets me see where her head was at. She was all in the physical, oh, Dad, I'm on my honeymoon and I can't have no more sex with him. You know what
I'm
I mean?
telling you,
As
that's what it
opposed to
was.
him
That's
being
what it
ill.
was. He gave her the time of her life that night. And she was like, when we get to Florida, it's on COVID.
yep, that's that. I agree with that. That's exactly what happened. But seriously, I'm not
Yes.
impressed by any of these couples. I said in the beginning, like I said, maybe Johnny and Bao, but they're a little shaky. But I still say maybe Johnny and Bao. But everybody else, I don't have faith in none of them. I just don't.
I feel like Johnny and Bal gonna make it just off their values.
See,
Yeah.
my guess was with the black couple. That's who I thought was gonna make it. Now I'm not sure. Nah, people argue. They'll be alright.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it might
Um,
be like a little crazy in love thing for them. Like she go crazy, then it's good at night.
I
Maybe.
think Brett
So you
and
don't think Mirla and what's her name is gonna make it at all?
no.
Mirla and Gil.
It's a chance because I didn't seen a couple pictures. They all hugged up, so I'm like, I mean, she won't kiss him, so why would she be letting him hug her from behind and all that? It might turn around from the pictures I'm seeing of them.
Possibly.
Well,
I
he's gonna
think
have to
Brett and I
tolerate
think
a lot of complaining.
I think Brett and the
Go ahead,
other
Mama.
girl
mean,
might
Kayla.
work
Mm-hmm.
because
Oh yeah.
they remind me of what's the couple from Louisiana, the guy and the girl.
Woody and Amani, or
No,
Miles and Karen.
yeah, they remind me of
Oh,
Miles and Karen, and
I don't
it's
like them at all.
and yeah, I didn't
Mm.
like I couldn't stand Karen, but those two remind
Yeah.
me of Miles and Karen. So because he keeps on, I don't know why he brings it up, but he keeps on talking about how much of a sexual being he is, and I'm like, are you
Mhm.
doing that to make your story more interesting? Like, because he's as boring can look.
Mhm.
So I can't even understand why he keeps bringing that up. Like,
Because he got money, and his friend said he used to basically mess with bimbos, and that's what bimbos do. All you do is have sex with them. So that's probably what he used to do.
Who used to mess with Bimbo? Who used to mess with Bimbo?
My what's
What's
his
his
name?
name?
Ryan.
Ryan.
His friend said that she was like,
Ryle's a ghost.
she
Elsie,
said.
what's goody?
Hey, Kels.
Hey, you
Right.
looking good, man. You look foxy.
Oh,
Right, we
thank
ain't
you
seen
for
her.
letting
We
me
ain't seen her
time.
in a couple lives.
hey,
Listen, y'all, like, this woman hold me hostage. I'm tired.
I was just about to say you was in school, right.
Mhm. What you want to talk about real quick?
So, this has been like, I don't know. I thought, like, last season was bad because of all the drama.
Mhm.
Nah, I don't think Michaela and Zach gonna last. He looked like he hides stuff and she crazy. Um, no, like Jose and Rachel, they ain't gonna make it because she too busy trying to prove she Miss Independent. He too busy trying to prove he a man. Mirla and Gil ain't gonna make it because she her own man. Um, Gil, he cheap. He asked that Cartier bracelet question because he wanted to see what she was gonna say. Like every woman gonna want a Cartier bracelet, and I saw her wearing it. It was ugly. Like I want a new ring too, and I'm not even like expensive like that. And she maintaining her own life, so why he care? Like if they keeping their finances separate, like if she ain't dipping in his money, what he care what she do? Like that's not none of his business yet. They ain't there yet. Um, as far as Brett and Ryan, Ryan don't like her.
Mm-mm.
He don't like her.
No.
'Cause he keeps bringing up, well, she's a redhead. I'm like, you low key calling this girl ugly without calling her ugly.
Right.
Like you giving her backwards compliments, and like you can tell she really trying to fight it. Like she know he don't like her, but she trying her best to like make it work. And then when the whole she was like, "Well, I got set that I don't, if I don't have kids, it's okay." She's 35, so she probably had to accept the fact that she probably wasn't gonna have kids because unless she was gonna do it on her own, when she said she didn't want to, like who's she gonna do it with the air? Like the the postman, like who's she gonna do it with? Nobody. So that's what she was saying, but he completely missed the whole point.
Yeah.
Well, he's not trying to hear the point because, like you said, he don't like her, and he's listening. Well, he's pretending like he's listening. He's dismissing her because you see when they were eating, he's like, yeah, okay, whatever. He
Yes,
don't care what she got to
Yeah.
say.
He rolls his eyes. He rolls his eyes sometimes when she's talking.
he listens to respond. He doesn't listen to understand.
Yeah, their
Yeah.
conversations just so dry, and they always be like, "I want to talk about something deep." Like, why? With him?
Plus, I think he's a little low key awkward as well. I
Yeah.
think he's a
Yeah,
little
Super.
awkward. Like
That's why.
yeah.
Henry.
That's why I'm like,
Like
he must
Henry.
got money because they talking about he was getting beautiful young girls with
Well,
blonde
I
hair. I
mean,
said,
he
"Oh, he
works
got
in the
money."
oil and gas field, and that's just, No, I don't think Johnny and Bow will make it either because Johnny's very insecure.
They both are.
Yeah, they're both are very insecure. Like, and my thing is, Johnny should have read the room. Like, okay, you make fun of her snoring one time. Okay, it's cute, it's a joke. But then when she was like, "Well, don't sleep in the room with me," that should have clued you in to not ever make that joke again because then you got her feeling self conscious. Like, women, one thing about us, we don't want to snore and we don't want to smell. So, we want to always look nice. And like, he really set himself back by making jokes about her snoring. And like, I don't think they're going to make it because she ain't affectionate and he's very insecure. Like, he projects like he's confident, but he's really an insecure little boy seeking validation.
But Johnny said that he looked up to Jose because Jose exudes the confidence he's looking for. And I was like, for real?
If you try to be like Jose,
Yeah.
you don't want to be like
Jose got
Jose.
short man's
He's trying to be
complex.
like him.
Yeah, Jose,
Yes.
he fronting hard too. I don't think he really like Rachel either. I think he just like when the dad was sitting there eating the breakfast. I think his daddy know Jose gay.
Thank you. Amen.
Your parents know you better than anybody.
Like why Johnny asked him to go shopping?
Know herself.
Why Johnny asked him to go shopping
Because
before any of the ladies?
that's the only one he's close to, and he figured that Jose is he's gonna eat that up, and he did.
Yeah,
And he did. Like he got so much taste and everything like that. So,
but
yeah.
the outfit he picked out was ugly, and it's like big.
It was ugly. It didn't match, and it was wrinkled,
stupid.
and it was
Right, and then Jose is so detailed that he let him get bowed 2x.
yeah.
No, it probably was like a large because she's petite. But like, my thing is like, he just got this like a simple sundress, a nice little.
It was a shirt. It wasn't a dress. It was a shirt, and he could have picked that out himself with his eyes closed.
Yeah, he don't. And Jose, he projects in his insecurity, just like Johnny is. He wants to take care of things. He wants to move her in and everything else. Like if I was Rachel, I would let him move me in and pay for stuff. But in the meantime, I'm putting back like I'm paying bills so that he ever get crazy. I can just pack my little duffel bag and go. Like none of this stuff gonna be in my name. Because
but she already said she gonna have her own account. She said she's gonna have her own account, which is very smart.
I think
absolutely.
Rachel feels that if she moves into his house with his things, because she's already getting the conversation from Jose that he's so meticulous in his finances, this, that. That's why she keeps explaining herself like, well, I'm not good at this and I got a credit card. I think she feels if she moves into his house or any property without it being theirs, that she's going to feel like she's trapped. That's what I think. That's exactly what I got from it, because she would have no say. Like,
listening to him. So.
She just like Virginia.
But she said. Yeah. But she said that on Unfiltered. She said that she's always been taught that you have a joint account for a married couple, but you have your own account. She said because he's telling me that once he pays all the bills, then she can take money out of that joint account. And she said, and I don't like that. That makes me feel like he's giving me allowance. So she said that on Unfiltered right after.
Girl, I would take that money. I would take that money that he's giving me out of the allowance and put it in my personal account.
Yeah, like put it in an account, like put it in your mama's name, because if you get divorced, you gotta show you all your assets. Put it in your mama's name, right? Or somebody ain't gonna touch your money and do it like that. Like, but my thing is like the bank accounts are a small, minute thing. Like to me, that's nothing to really argue about. If you a person that like you want everything together, but my thing is this: you want to take care of her. The best way you can take care of her is by educating her. Because what happens if you get hit by a bus tomorrow, and then she's stuck with all this and she don't know how to save and do because you're the one that was doing it for her.
Mm-hmm.
But I thought that's what she was asking. Like when she was talking to him, I thought that she was more or less asking him, saying, listen, I'm not good with this. I'm not good with that. And I expected him to say, okay, well, listen, I can help you, I'll help you work that out.
Mm-hmm.
I
think she was going around the way and saying, like, she was going around the corner up the street and saying it. But she that's one thing about her I don't like. She don't just come out and say what she thinking and what she feel, because she's scared she gonna run him off, but she still got fat girl complex. And another thing I wanted to mention, that friend of hers at that breakfast, she didn't get rid of her homegirl because that ain't her friend. She hating.
Oh yeah. Everything she said, she was
wait
like,
till you see her
you're
car
not gonna like him.
ugly, like all that kind of stuff. Girl, you mad because she lost weight and you still fat.
Something. I don't know.
She a hater. She a hater.
Yeah, she got a hater in the room, but she ain't gonna drop her.
No.
Like, we've been friends for a long time.
Okay, I drop friends. We've been friends 20 years. If you ain't no good to me, you got to go.
So what do you want to talk about?
But that's just like a couple of seasons ago with that guy that was trying, I forgot his name. He was trying to teach his wife how the do the finances, and she said
Brent
she
Olympia.
travels a lot. Yes.
Oh.
And she was like, well, I like to travel, I like to do, and he's like, yeah, but we have to save money, we have to do this. So Jose kind of reminds me of him a little bit, but to the extreme.
Right.
Yeah, I can
she,
see that.
she ain't seen that blackboard yet. She ain't seen that. When she see that, she's going
My
to
thing
freak
is
out.
that is so tacky.
Yeah, she's.
Right.
I mean, why do you
why you
need
got all
that up?
expensive on the
And you
board?
live in your house by yourself. Why do you need that up? That big old board like that? You need that?
That is so tacky. Like that. Like I was always taught you don't let nobody see what your left hand. You don't let your right hand see what your left hand doing. Like you don't do that. Like, that's not correct. Like you don't.
It's like
That's
crazy. I mean, is it in
surprising.
the living room? So when you have guests over?
That's
Yeah,
that
like,
Shakespeare's complex. Like he's puffing out his chest. Like, yeah, look at me.
Yeah.
See what I'm doing. That's what that is.
It just
So
is
I
tacky.
got a question for Cassandra, because we know mom don't think nobody. We know mom don't think nobody gonna make it. Who you think? Who you got?
Who I think is gonna make it? Just Val and Johnny.
Really?
Just them. Everyone
Oh,
else.
y'all agree on something this year?
Can you believe it?
Because last year you was like, no.
Let's start looking for locusts.
But you know what? Not to get off subject, but they when I was watching Unfiltered, I believe next week they supposed to have the women of was it last season with Paige and Haley and them?
Oh no.
Oh,
Paige and
Lord.
Haley and Brianna.
Skip.
They're supposed to get together.
And do what? Give advice?
I don't know what they're gonna
how to
do,
be
but
a
they
doorman,
supposed
how
to
to be
get
rude.
together.
Oh,
Yeah,
God.
but
They'll
they
be
supposed
like,
to get
Haley,
together.
how many
so I'm
many
watch
weddings
that.
you have been in now? 29.
No, that ain't. But I don't feel you don't
Wait a
feel like
minute,
Zach.
I'm a little lost. You said Paige and Haley gonna do what? They having a show or something?
They supposed to do something. I don't know if they're gonna be on Unfiltered, but I know that they all supposed to be getting together because I seen the clip with Brianna, Paige, Haley, all of them, Vodka, all of them, and they supposed to be doing something.
She
I don't
said
know if they
vodka.
taking a trip together.
Oh no.
I don't know if they taking a trip together or something, but all of them is gonna get together, and then they show Vincent and Eric. I guess they at Vincent and Brianna's house. They're gonna be sitting down, chilling, talking amongst themselves, just those two guys. So I was like, okay, I'll watch it.
That's couples cam.
Oh
That's
no, it's
couples
not couple.
camp.
I don't
That's
know
what
if
that
it's
was.
You think so?
That was
Oh,
couples
okay.
camp.
Okay.
Yeah, Cassandra, why you don't think Michaela and Zach gonna make it?
Like what mom said a few lives ago, I think she's crazy. First, I really liked her. I liked her energy. I liked her vibe, but she's a little bit too possessive.
Yeah, I'm about to say let's not use the word crazy
She's
anymore.
possessive.
She also has a lot of unresolved issues as well.
Yeah, she has a lot of unhealed trauma surrounding her father, so that's going to translate into her relationship because he's the next man in her life.
Yeah.
The way she didn't want to leave him, it wasn't like I'm scared to leave you because nobody can take care of you. It's more of a I'm scared to leave you because what if you don't want me no more?
Yeah.
It
might not be just all because she's her father passed away. Her sisters sit there and
I think they're
her sisters sit there because I think she's the baby of the family out of the three sisters or whatever. So I think they sit there and cover for her a lot. They probably excuse a lot of her mess when she's come out of pocket and stuff like that. So I think that has a lot to do with it as well, not just because her father passed away. She's the baby and she is definitely cared by those two sisters. You can tell.
The mama wasn't buying it. The mama wasn't buying what she was saying. She was just like, oh, okay.
Right. The dad was like, yeah. The mom
Well,
was like,
dads eat up daughters and moms eat up sons.
Yeah, the mom. But his mama was looking at her, was like,
I personally think they're gonna be all right. I really do.
I don't think they will be. I think that they may pass the decision there, but I think it's going to be another Clara and Ryan Virginia A situation where they just did it to save face. I think it's going to be some stuff that come out like later on, like the drama that they go through. I definitely think. I don't
know because it can't just be the sex. The sex is not going to be the thing to carry them through a marriage.
That's
you
what
have to be able to sit down and conversate. And she's always on 10 and he's on 8. So I don't know. That's a little touchy there.
Yeah, I think that's why they won't last. I think they'll make it.
I think they will get it together.
What you say, Cliff?
Yeah.
What you say, Cliff?
I said I think they will get it together. I think the experts will help them, and they'll be all right in the long run. They're gonna have their bumps in the road, but I think in the long run they'll be all right.
The experts don't.
I got hope for them.
No, it's not like back in the day. They don't help nobody. Like the first few seasons were great because you could tell they really wanted these people's marriages to work. That's why they had so much more success in the first few seasons than they did.
Yes.
And I think two people, they think they know what they want, but then when they get it, it ain't what they want. And then a lot of times people aren't willing to compromise. And like to be married, you got to compromise. Like
I'm sorry, I don't have any faith in the experts at all because I want to say maybe like the last 3 seasons, 4 seasons, they have let us down. They come in at the last minute when it can't be repaired.
Yeah, the opposites attract don't work.
They gotta go against that. So, like sometimes if I say I don't like bald head, people don't give me no bald head person. Listen to me. I know what I know was gonna make that thing work. This ain't gonna do it.
Yeah, I think with Mirla, she kind of like an Olivia. She just wanted to insert her husband. She wanted an accessory.
She need a poodle. She need a poodle.
Like dogs. I mean, I don't like dogs.
I don't like dogs.
But if it comes with my person, I'm gonna ride. We won't get another dog, but I'll keep this one.
She looking at Gil like he looks good on my arm. He's a fireman. He's built. He's attractive. He got deep dimples. He's cute. He's Hispanic. He's from Latin America. So they have that in common. So there are things that they have in common. But because she is, if it's not her way, it's the highway. And that's across the board.
And I just wonder why that friend don't want to be with her. Like if you basically she described the friend. When she said, she wanted a beard, she wanted somebody with hair, this, that, and that. Why she ain't with the homeboy? Because he knows she ain't got no sense. Like, I don't think she's as materialistic as people try to make her out to be, because that was a retirement home. They're wrong for that vacation. But she leads with her success. And not in a way that's saying like I've worked really hard, I've accomplished these things. She leads with like she's the type of person that she'd rather have the designer market force person that has the MKs all over it than the person that's just simple with like an emblem. She wants you to know what it is. And I think that comes from her being poor. Like she wants to buy and buy and buy because she knows what it's like to not have. And so there's two people, like either poor. They'll either grow up and they're super cheap and they scrounge and save every dollar they have for the fear of not having any money, or they show everything off when they get it because they know what it's like not to have. And then
it's nothing wrong with you working hard and providing for yourself and loving nice things and going to on vacations and giving out nice Christmas gifts. It's absolutely nothing wrong with that. The problem I have with her is always complaining. That's the problem I have with her. She just always complaining about every little thing. That's the only problem I have with her. Because that is her money and she do what she wants. That is fine. But she's one of those people where you can't take her anywhere because As soon as something goes wrong, not according to the plans that she made, she's gonna have a problem. She's gonna be like, "Oh, I don't like this
she the
tablecloth.
Y
I asked for
friend.
black." I mean, constantly. She's
Mhm.
constantly. She never has a nice thing to say. She's not one of those friends that will make the best out of, at least have a plan B. She don't even think that way.
Yeah, and
You
my
know.
thing is like the things you didn't like, that's fine, but you don't have to voice every single inconvenience that you don't like. Now, I get the thing with the food, about the order. Like I don't like dairy milk either, so I would have called too because I can't drink dairy milk. I'm lactose intolerant, so I literally
Right.
cannot test it. So I would have called. But the whole froth and this and that, there was no protein, this and third. Okay, that's fine. Then you call down and say, "Hey, I will pay for." This, that, and the third. But the honeymoon and stuff is free. It's not about the location. You need to focus on getting with your husband and building a foundation and a bond while y'all have the time to do this. To the
Right.
point about whether there's a beach or a pool.
Right.
And
But
like Kayla said, it's all on how you say it. She could have gotten the breakfast with the one croissant and the coffee and no milk, whatever, and just said, "Oh, you know what, sweetie, I think I'm gonna call down and get a little more breakfast for us." She don't have to say, "I don't like that. Is this the breakfast that they're giving us?" And I mean, everything just comes out negative. She doesn't have no filter. She doesn't even know how to do it. She doesn't care
My thing
where she do it.
And my thing is, if she's a consultant for a principal, how long is how is she at work? Because if she was talking to people like this at work, she wouldn't have a job long.
right.
Right.
But you know what? Those
I
are
mean,
all great points.
mm-hmm.
But here's the thing. I want to do, because we're getting ready to go, because I got to go. I'm tired, y'all. We're going to do a round robin of what we think about a particular couple. We're going to start with Devontae, to Kayla, to Kelsey, to Pop Prince, to Cliff. So let's say what we think about a particular couple. Then we have to wrap it up. I'm sorry, you guys. But we will be back next week. Go ahead, Devontae.
I was really only talking. Oh, dang, I don't even know who I was talking about. Dang. Who was y'all just talking about?
They were talking about Mirla.
Yeah, I was just saying she like the Y friend. And I was just like, every time, it's always that friend, like, why we gotta go here? Why we gotta, why? She just always say why. She one of them friends. And I was just saying that, like, I think, is the honeymoon over next week?
Probably in 2 weeks.
Oh, well, if y'all don't think she'll, imagine she really ain't gonna like that apartment. Watch.
Probably not. Go ahead,
No,
Kayla.
she ain't gonna like that. She ain't gonna like that.
So
Go ahead, Kayla.
what am I commenting on?
Anything where you're doing your final wrap up before we.
Okay, so my final wrap up is I think Val and Johnny, they may work it out. Brett and Ryan, they not going to work because they're not going to work. She got to get just about naked. Like she got this thing about showing her boobs when she was on Unfiltered. She had them all hanging out. So I know. And then I think Michaela and what's her name? I think they just coming up to a crescendo where they want us to see what's going to happen with them, with him after COVID. Because, with COVID, it takes about 2 to 3 weeks before somebody rebounds from that.
Yeah.
So I'm just waiting to see.
Okay. Cliff or Kelsey?
No, Cliff, go ahead.
Okay. Myra and Gil, they really remind me of Karen and Miles. And I'm not sure about the same way I wasn't sure about Miles and Karen. I'm not sure about them because she don't seem like she like them, but it might change with Michelle. That's how you say it, right? Michelle and Zach.
Michaela.
Oh, it's Michaela. Okay, Michaela and Zach. Part of me, I really think they might work. I could be wrong. Val and Johnny, I think they're gonna work because they knew each other, but they're gonna have some bumpy roads. The other two, I haven't been invested in like that, so I can't really comment.
Okay. Kelsey?
I don't think Johnny and Val are gonna make it because they're both gonna get in their own way with their insecurities. And if they do, I don't think it'll be long term. I think it'll be cultural in terms that they don't want to get a divorce. As far as Mirla and Gil, they won't make it because he's cheap and she's stubborn. Michaela and Zach won't make it because both of them are immature. Zach just wants to be married because he feels left out. Michaela wants to be married because she just wants to be married. Brett and Ryan won't make it because Ryan needs to go and unpack his friend's death because he, like Johnny said, he was like a weird traveler and he got the stench of death and depression all on him. And Brett, she's got a lot going on. As far as Jose and Rachel, they won't make it because he is either gay or bisexual, and he is too rigid. She cannot stand up for herself. She still got fat girl syndrome. Michaela, who else was that? I think that's it. Is that everybody? And that's everybody. Yeah, this season was it was a wash. It wasn't. I'm praying Boston is better, but I doubt it because at this point,
You already on next season?
I don't think this is going to be anything worth nothing. Like at this point, like I feel like the process should be longer, and they should have a few weeks without the camera and all that. Oh, and I also think that the fact that they had to be apart, Michaela and Zach, that's what can really hurt their connection because both of them are immature. She should be the time to build instead of being, I'm not going to be near my man. Like, girl, who cares? 2 weeks in long term things.
Right. Gotcha. Paw Prince.
Okay, I'll just say the two couples that I hope make it. I don't know if they will, but I hope they make it. And I hope Zach and Michaela get it together. I hope he be okay because he is sick, and hope maybe when she gets back home and talks to her sisters, they will get it in her head. Okay, it's not something that he planned because he's feeling you feeling him. The man got sick. Right. You know, what if it was you that got sick, you know? So I think once she gets home and gets to her family and they sit down and talk to her before she gets to Hurricane 4, whatever the case may be, I think she's going to be okay. So I'm hoping that they make it. I hope that Val and Johnny make it as well. I like them together. I know they both are super insecure. She's still hung up on him, ghosting her and everything like that. But I think that I hope that they make it because I think that they will, even if they're going to have some bumps in the road, I think that they will fight for it a little more because they are very traditional, I believe, as far as their culture goes. So I'm hoping that those two couples make it. I don't see any other couples making it. So those are my two hopefuls.
Okay.
You know?
Well,
I think
like I said,
and I think Gil deserves someone so much better than Myrna. And you know I'm saying Myrna on purpose, right? You know
I know
to say her name.
I know.
But
I know.
I don't care for her. So yeah, Myrna.
Okay. So well.
That was the episode.
That was the episode.
Boring. I'm really happy that other people agreed with me that it's boring because I really thought it was me.
No,
it's not too. It's boring. It's very dry.
I'm not jumping to Boston just yet, but I'm trying to see what's going to happen. Like I said, there's so many people on here that's extra to me in their own individual ways that I don't see them working out as a couple long term. But that's just me. So.
All right, Mom, you want to come back next week?
Yeah, hopefully we'll be back next week, y'all. Hopefully, I got doctor's appointments next week, but I'm gonna try for next Thursday.
Okay.
So but we appreciate everybody in the chat, everybody that joins us on the panel every week. Good to see you again, Kelsey.
Yes. Thank you, Cliff, for coming back.
Yes.
Good to see you too, Mom. I've been praying for you. Hope everything goes well.
Thank you so much.
Okay, Mom.
All right. Y'all have a good one.
Taking care of your mom, Cassandra.
Yeah, everyone have a good night. Later.
Good night.
Good night, everyone.
Good night.
Next week.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye.